Hello class, now we're going to do what you probably wanted to do all along because most of you I think are architects out there and is work on the building. And I'm going to do probably a couple videos for buildings. The first steps, we'll see how far I get in this video, is just the basics. And I like to, when I do site plans, I usually do the roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by going over to my layers, make a new layer. Usually my roof layer is near the top of all my layers, so I'll call a roof layer. And I like to work in white for my color. There's a couple reasons. First of all, I think it offsets against the greens and the other colors I'll use quite nicely. Also, from a sustainable point of view, white is a good way to go. It reflects light. In many of the buildings I work on for site plans and stuff, they're commercial buildings or institutional, and so they might have flat roofs and things of that nature. But even if it's not a flat roof, white can be contrasted enough that it doesn't have to make sense. That said, some people, if they're doing like houses and things where they're dealing with asphalt shingles or something else, they'll use more of a color that's similar to that. Often, like if they're using asphalt shingles, rarely will they'll do black, but they'll use maybe like a tan color or something. But I'm going to use white, and I'll simply trace around each building component. Now I could trace around the whole thing and do it in one big go, but I'm going to come and do various different aspects to this roof. So I'm going to go and I'm going to trace this out in each little separate rectangle. And so we can see I'm just going to come through like that, and I'll do this one. And then of course there's no reason for you to just watch me use the pen tool on all this stuff, so through the magic of editing, it is all filled in roofs with each of these as little rectangles. Now some things that I'll often do is I might come through on the roof plan and actually give it a stroke, give it a black stroke. Oops, white, no, let's go to black. There you go, black. And then just to make it thicker, and even that one point made it a little thicker, just to really highlight the buildings and what my CAD work might have been done. You don't have to, it's sort of optional. It's just something that I like to do to give it a little bit of strength in the site plan. So that's a good tip. Now there are lots of other things that you can consider doing for the site plan. So for example, I purposely just put a line through here, so this is more like a gable roof. So to do that, you're going to have to do shading. And then sometimes I do parapets for flat roofs. Sometimes I'll do green roofs, and all of those things can be done. You don't have to add many new objects for those things. You'll just do it in the roofs themselves. So maybe I'll just do each set of thing like that as a different video. So I'll move on here.